This is my story about Erin H. It's a woman I met online. Nothing became of this. There's no charges or anything, but nonetheless, it's still more drama. A police report filed, so I felt compelled to elaborate on it. And I was seeing Erin H. for a bit. And, I went to a party with her one time, and there was this guy she was sitting with talking to. She obviously knew the guy for a long time. He seemed a bit flirtative to her. I was at a party with all her friends that she knew, so I decided to disregard it. I still knew she'd be leaving with me, and she did. Then all of a sudden she gets mad at me afterwards for not saying something to the guy at the party. She's like, oh, this guy's coming on to me, and blah, blah, and you didn't do anything. And I'm like, first off, she was clearly trying to start drama. And my whole argument was like, well, I don't know these people, you know. If I knew, you're going to know them your whole life, you know. It could have been a friend. I don't know who the hell any of these people are. Why do you want me to start shit at your friend's party, you know? So, anyway, it's all well and good, so everything's going fine. This girl, Erin H., owns her own home up in the mountain, you know. She works at a place called, well, determining where people who are in accidents go. She makes arrangements for them to go to various hospitals or whatever. It's a call center, but yeah, anyway, so she goes to another party without me. She tells me what she's doing. She's up there doing rails or whatever, doing her blow. You know, she was a bit of a party woman. So you know, I can't remember what the argument was either, because she was doing blow. I think that's what it was. I wanted to go to the party, and she didn't invite me. You know, I was kind of. And she's like, well, I didn't think you'd want to go, or blah blah. I can't remember what she said in exact detail, but it's kind of irrelevant to the point. The arguing escalated. You know, she had stuff belonged to my kid that I left there. Video games I left at her house. I can't remember the exact order of this now, exactly to a T, but to make a long story short, she had stuff belonged to my kid that she wasn't giving back, so essentially she was stealing from a child. Anyway, whatever the argument was about, I ended up calling her office. She dropped the stuff off at my lobby, some of the stuff, not even all of it, at like 6 o'clock in the morning before I was even awake, and the stuff got stolen. My kid's belongings. So I'm like, well, why would you do that? I think I had, you know, I got the stuff back after someone handed it into the office like a day or two later. But anyway, it wasn't even all Deacon's belongings she returned, so at any rate, yeah, I called her office and I told them, you know, this woman, you know, I'm aware of what she does. She makes arrangements for people who are in accidents, you know, which hospitals they're going to go to. So I felt compelled to tell her office that, you know, she's a drug addict, you know. She goes into work all strung out on blow, you know, but instead her office called the police on me, you know, as if I was the one doing something wrong, when in actuality I was doing them a favor, because it's the truth. Actually, one of your loved ones was in an accident, and it was up to a woman to arrange which hospital they were going to go to on the spur of the moment. Would you want a lady who was all strung out on coke being the one making arrangements for your loved one? Exactly. So I'm 100% in the right here, okay? It's funny because it comes up in the police reports, oh, this lady called the police on you, or actually it wasn't even her, it was her office, because I tried to inform where she worked of what she was like. And so when the cop came and questioned me about it, it's like, well, how do you know she was on blow? I'm like, well, she told me. So, I mean, it was pretty much a dead giveaway. So anyway, needless to say, no charges became of it. You know, they just said, don't talk to her and she won't talk to you. Blah, blah, that's all well and good. That's fine. But I never did get all my stuff back from her, so she stole from my son, Deacon. You know, she stole his items belonged to him that I never did get back. And she's a drug addict who makes decisions that affect your loved ones. I tried to inform her work, and her work cited me as the bad guy for informing them that a cokehead worked for them, and she was at work strung out on coke. You know, yeah, I get in trouble for this because I called her work and told them the truth. Okay, so Erin H, like, that's just ridiculous. There's a reason nothing became of that. Yeah, I'm in the right. It somehow gets brought up that the police were called over this incident before. If anything else comes up in my life, you know, this gets mentioned, I'm like, Well, yeah, but I'm in the right, thank you. You know, the cop who came to see me saw my point of view. He even said he tried to get Erin to reimburse me the cost for the items that were dropped off in my lobby belonging to Beacon if I wanted to, but I just let it go. It wasn't even worth arguing about. Erin H was so irrelevant. You know, it was a brief relationship. I mean, a month or so. I can't even remember, but I felt the need, compelled to tell you about this just because, well, yeah, I did, because it's just another thing about how they try and cite the guy as the bad guy when morally I 100% did the right thing. I called an office to inform them that they had an employee who was a drug addict, and I did this because she dropped my stuff off in the lobby that belonged to my child, and it got stolen. That's when the police got involved. So, because her office called, she was like, it backfired on you. You tried to get me in trouble at work. I'm like, well, you dropped my kid's stuff off in the lobby at 6 a.m. when you knew I'd be sound asleep, and it got stolen. You know, and, you know, so who's the one who's more morally wrong here? The one who, you know, works in a position that you do, where you make decisions that affect other people's lives, and you go to work strung out on coke, or me, the one who called the police to tell, or called your office to tell them that, because I was upset that you stole my kid's shit. Yeah, this one's a no-brainer. So if you ever bring this up again, you know, I'm going to be linking everybody to my YouTube channel. So yeah, Erin H on the mountain. Yeah, bring up that police report. Go ahead. That's my Erin H story. Peace.